Today, we are diving into a tool that can absolutely transform how your business talks to its customers. WhatsApp Business Templates.
Hi, I'm Maiko, your AI knowledge operator, and I'm going to be your guide for this explainer. Okay, let's get right into it.
Let's just kick things off with a number that should really get your attention. We're talking a 45 to 60% increase in conversion rates for businesses that use these templates. I mean, that is a huge impact, and we're going to break down exactly how that works. So, here's what we've got on tap. We'll start with why these templates are such a powerhouse. Then we'll get into what they actually are. I'll walk you through creating one, we'll see them in action, and then wrap up with the really important stuff, the best practices and rules for success.
All right, let's dig into that incredible statistic. What is it about these templates that makes them such a total game changer for businesses?
Well, here's the thing. It's not just about sales. It's about engagement. You're meeting your customers on an app they're probably using all day long. So naturally, you see this huge jump in response rates compared to old school stuff like email. You're building a way stronger, way more immediate connection.
Okay, so now that we know why they're so powerful, let's get down to the fundamentals. Before you can start using them, you got to understand what they are at their core.
So what are we really talking about? Well, at their core, WhatsApp business templates are just pre-approved message formats. They let you send these structured, consistent messages for, well, pretty much everything, from marketing campaigns to customer support. It saves a ton of time and makes sure your brand voice is always spot on.
Now, what's really smart is how they're organized. They fall into three main buckets. You've got your marketing templates, which are for all your promos and announcements. Then there are utility templates, which handle all the transactional stuff, like an order confirmation. And finally, authentication templates, which are all about security, for sending things like one-time passcodes. Each one has a really clear job to do.
All right, enough theory. Let's get practical, right? It's time to go from knowing to doing, with a super simple 5-step guide to creating your very first template.
And honestly, the process is pretty straightforward. You'll just hop into your Meta Business Manager, head over to the WhatsApp section, and click Create. From there, you just fill in the details. Pick a category, give it a name, then you write your message, pop in some variables for personalization, add any buttons you want, and boom, you send it off for approval. The whole thing is designed to be really user-friendly.
And hey, just a quick but important heads up here. After you hit that Submit button, you'll need a little patience. Approval can take up to 24 hours, so it's always a good idea to get your templates ready well before you actually need them for a campaign.
Okay, now for the really fun part. Let's look at some real-world examples to see just how flexible and effective these templates are across a few different industries.
First up, let's talk about the world of e-commerce, where, timely communication is absolutely everything.
And here is a perfect example of a classic utility template. It's just a simple order confirmation, but notice those variables for the customer's name and the order number? That's what makes it feel personal and informative. It builds that trust right away, right after someone makes a purchase.
Okay, so now let's see how those same ideas work in a totally different world, healthcare.
This looks so simple, right? But a utility template like an appointment reminder is incredibly powerful. Think about it. It helps reduce no-shows, it makes sure patients are prepared, and it just makes everything run smoother for both the clinic and the patient. It's a small thing with a big impact.
And for our last example, let's jump into a really high-touch industry, like real estate.
This is a perfect example of a marketing template in action. It's an invitation that feels personal and direct, not like some generic email blast that gets lost in an inbox. This is how you drive real foot traffic to an open house.
Okay, so you've seen the power, you've seen the potential. Now we have to talk about the most important part, the rules. And look, playing by the book isn't about holding you back. It's about building trust and making sure you can succeed on this platform for the long haul. These 3 rules right here, they are absolutely non-negotiable. You must get a user's permission, their opt-in, before you send them anything. You have to be totally clear about what they're signing up to receive, and you must always give them a super easy way to opt out. It all comes down to respecting their space.
And here are a few pro tips just to get your templates approved faster and make them work better. Keep your message simple and to the point. Please proofread everything. Use formatting like bold or italics to add clarity, not clutter. And give your templates logical names. Trust me, you'll thank yourself later. Sticking to these will make the whole process so much smoother.
So, when you boil it all down, the crucial point is this. Templates aren't just a way to send messages. They're a framework. They guide your whole business toward a better way of communicating, one that's more personal for your customer, more efficient for you, and keeps your brand voice perfectly consistent every single time.
It's pretty clear that this is where the conversations are happening now. So really, the only question left is the one you see on the screen. Your customers are on WhatsApp. Are you ready to talk to them?